I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker, Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark! Don't forget Gerry!
Hey guys, you're listening to episode 5 of Nerd Poker with Brian Posehn and friends. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. We're already on the air. I mean, we started airing finally. This thing that we've been talking about for 2 years. The first episode was on the air, whatever you say, was available last week, and people like it. So don't fuck it up, you assholes. What happened on episode 4? I feel like Gerry and I were talking on Skype last night, shirtless.
Name dropper.
We both feel that we might have ruined our mission. That either one of us, we can't remember exactly which one, but we think that one of us kind of doomed all of us.
You just think the whole thing's gonna sink and we're dead.
Dickheads just turn these campaigns on their head every single time. I literally throw out everything I prepared for the mission about 15 minutes into every roll.
That's because we're clever.
Yeah, I know. You guys...
Well,
Our
that's what you
DM.
get for playing with the two dumbest guys on the planet.
Hey, I think L. Ryan
Sark
was
is
getting
gonna
some love
recap.
online.
Oh, yeah, people love him.
Yeah.
And his stupid fucking bear.
I wish Shell Ryan's friends felt that way.
And people are mixed on black and green.
I'm a fan.
Hey, Black and Green doesn't have time to be concerned with people think about Black and Green.
No, the people that love Black and Green are right, and the people that don't get him are wrong for not getting him.
Black and Green doesn't judge.
Wow.
Except down at the car wash when they do a wet T-shirt contest. Black and
Then
Black and Green will jump
actually
the shit
Black
out
and
of
Green
that.
hosts.
Right.
So, Sark,
Yeah.
people love you, and let's hear what happened. How bad did Duggan and I fuck ourselves?
All right, so I think in a nutshell, and to be honest, the people listening to this are going to be more up to speed than we are.
Yes,
In a nutshell, you guys escaped the pontoon of this massive sort of war vessel that you found yourself on. Made your way into the main body of the ship by ripping open a door from the wrong side because you're strong and you can do that. However, you didn't know that the ship was also submersible. So when someone upstairs gave the command to dive, the whole thing started filling up with water, and they couldn't shut the door that you guys had ripped open. So you basically ran up. I'm really summarizing here, but you basically ran up top and jumped over the other side of the ship and ran to the other pontoon. So you really haven't gone too far. And I think when we left off, they were jettisoning the pontoons, and there were these big mechanical deckhands that were doing something on the deck, maybe attempting to repair or maintain, and the whole thing was just sinking into the ocean. Some guards had attempted to chase you across the sort of, what we call them, the umbilicals. And they were meeting with mixed success. I think several of them slipped and fell and sank and died. And I think that's where we left off.
I have a bit of housekeeping.
Is this Gerry or L. Ryan?
This is me asking on behalf of L. Ryan.
Okay, all right.
Why do you guys both sound the same?
Can I swim? Can I use my bear as like a flotation device?
Oh my God.
If I conquer my bear and I get on the bear, he should, as my spirit, in
case of an emergency landing.
Please strap your bear over your own face before strapping your bear over others.
I mean, he can attack. He has a physical form.
That's interesting. I'm going to have to read the entry and see because he's real enough when he mauls people.
And
Why
bears-
couldn't you swim on him?
Bears can
It makes
swim,
perfect D&D
right?
logic.
you could join the
Polar
Mall
bears.
High Club.
God, if we're starting this session off right now with all of you on the back of a spirit bear swimming through
Well,
the
I
ocean,
didn't say all of
this
us.
is
Beautiful
the greatest
image.
game of all time.
Or it will be all of us.
All right, so, bust out your player's handbook and let's check the Spirit Bear. I think there was some underlying plot that we can, go over right now. You guys had sort of uncovered a pod person style. You'd captured a couple hostages that had given you some intel as far as whoever is behind that ship, whoever's running that ship is capturing women, sort of copying them for some reason. You don't know. Because you murdered one of your hostages and the other one's still alive.
It's a really strong word, man.
Yeah, is she with us or did we leave her on the...
I think she's with you guys, yeah.
Yeah, we still have a victim.
I don't remember putting her to sleep.
Can we ride her?
Perma-sleep.
Will she float?
We're still
if you fill her full of
floating
air
right now, though, right?
This could go in that direction, or it could go in a kind of a
Yeah, we're
Patty
not in
Hearst
the
kind of
water, right?
direction.
Well,
Yeah, we're still...
No, you're basically.
We're
I
in
think
the
you're on
less
top
sinking-
of the pond,
We
the
need to-
third
we wanna
pontoon.
try to
least
get
sinking
inside.
part of the ship.
It would be sort of something to worry about that you might be dragged under, but they were in an attempt to save the ship. They were jettisoning the pontoon. So you guys are essentially separated from the main hull.
Should we try to look for a way into inside the pontoon?
Yeah, I think we might have even...
Oh, had we already?
Yeah, you guys. Well, you're familiar with the other pontoon, so you know that there's there is a hatch and stairwell. In fact, you guys had, if I remember right, you'd even gone and checked, and they were sealed. So either somebody's already using this as a sort of an escape boat, or it's empty and there's just a bunch of goods and supplies down there. But you haven't gotten down inside yet.
I hate goods and supplies.
Mm-hmm.
It could be pretty handy if this turns into
You mean like
a weird
food and tools and
castaway
medicine?
with a
Ugh.
spirit bear.
Who needs them?
So that's where we left off. Should we kick this thing off?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's party. Who's going first? We're starting right there. Guards have just slipped off the top of the umbilical, and they're like screaming bubbles as they sink.
Is there a handle, some way to open this door?
I yell, ha
ha. Down into the pontoon?
Yeah.
Yes, but it's locked or sealed or something.
Shit.
So
I kind of don't want to damage it like we did the other one.
Well, we're outside of it.
I guess we got to bust in.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, as you guys are obviously sort of figuring it out, the main hole is like you're hearing the creaking of metal and the screams of people and the mechanical. Those giant like mech deckhands are fiddling around on the deck. You can't quite tell what they're doing.
So we're next to the Titanic as it goes down.
It's sinking, probably 30 yards away.
And we are attached or not attached?
Well, those
no,
not attached.
No,
okay.
they jettisoned they unbroke the umbilical.
Those things that are walking around on the deck, they have to be able to go back into the ship at some point. So why don't we try to follow them and see if there's some sort of hangar
we're on the
dock?
Yeah, they're on the other ship, I think.
They're on the main.
Yeah, you're looking at them from across the water, and
one of them is shooting missiles at us.
A fun game is figuring out the game.
God, Robotech is fun though. We should play that sometime. Anyway,
So someone needs to.
Hey, we should do
Jimmy open one of
a
these.
strength check and force this door open.
force it,
like
or-
a multiple person check on the door.
Yes, I'm in.
Yes.
yeah.
I'm not that strong. I'm just saying
I am
one
strong.
of you hulking boobs,
Well.
or two of you hulking boobs.
I am a
should-
strong-
There might be a level of finesse though. Could someone try to
That's what I was thinking.
Like
'cause I don't
open
wanna
it
fuck it up so
stealthily.
it sinks again.
thief
Yeah,
like?
because
That's
we're
Mildred, the dwarf fighter.
That's.
Okay. All right.
I'm not going to try that. I was just thinking someone else might have the ability where they could do that.
Blackie?
Hey, why don't I take a swing at it?
All right. So you're gonna try and open the door.
In a stealthy fashion.
Yeah, I'm going to kind of go up and try to do a little Fonzie A Woe on the jukebox and kick off a little splish splash. What do I roll for Bobby Darin?
So here's the options. I'm going to say that you're either going to have to bust it open, or you can try an incredibly difficult like Jimmy picklock.
Well, that's what he wants to do, right? Or,
I think that's what you're going to try and do. But none of you guys are.
I'm a buster. He's a
are
picker.
roguish. So
We have no rogues in the house?
we have two fighters,
pontoon?
an arrogant
I have
shaman,
some rouge.
a barbarian, and a warlock.
We did not
so.
balance this group very well.
I'm a churlish druid.
I'm just smart,
I'll
is
say.
what I'm saying.
God.
All right, so let me see here.
What are my odds? And then don't tell me them.
What would be a good check here? How about... I like thievery. That's a good one. That seems to match. That's your dexterity. So you need to look at your ability modifier, the second column next to your dexterity. Pardon us while we continue to learn how to play 4th edition. None of us know what the F we're doing
That's
here.
a +2 on a 14 dexterity.
Okay, and then I'm going to give you a nightmarishly difficult check to make. Let's see. So
Is
you
it,
got
is it the
+2.
one where I have diarrhea in front of a bunch of cheerleaders?
I'm going to say your difficulty check is... I'm trying to remember how we do this, because you're going to roll a d20, you're going to add 2 to it. If you beat the difficulty check, then you're going to make it. So I'm going to say your difficulty check is 20.
Blackie, you can make it.
Wow.
So you need to roll an 18, 19, or 20, basically.
18, 19, or 20?
Yeah. To successfully slide your credit card
Let me try to pretend this
down
isn't a big deal.
the door frame.
That's an 18.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck.
Blackie Green.
Yay!
Holy fuck.
Wow.
Holy shit isn't enough.
Holy shit, fuck.
All right. So, using your superior intelligence and remembering a door you once saw.
I've picked a lot of locks, and I've locked a lot of picks.
Yeah, Blackie, he hides what he's doing behind his cloak. It's probably something really dumb and simple, but none of you can see that from here. And a second later, the door slides open a foot.
Wow.
Yep.
Dang.
Let's do it. Let's go in.
All right. So you guys are going down?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right.
And then sealing the door, right? Mm-hmm. Behind us.
Yep. Because it's
We're learning lessons.
still
It's like we've never
Don't
played
want
D&D
that to
before.
happen again.
If it were trees, I probably could have sensed the trees. But I don't commune with the ocean.
Even the dungeon master is sick of this.
I think I saw a philodendron in the sick bay.
The people that like you no longer like you.
Okay, so
Are we aboard the Valley Forge?
you guys,
Forge, exciting and new.
we
You
need
don't
to
like
get
silent running jokes?
we need to get some artists like an artist's renderings. If you're handy with a pen and you're listening to this, I would love to see George Washington crossing the Delaware replaced by L. Ryan.
And all
something.
of
And
us
riding a
have
bear,
to be
yeah.
there. But yeah, you get,
Sailing on a bear.
if you have in your head what Gerry looks like and his or L. Ryan and his bear and what the rest of us look like, draw it and send it to us somehow.
Yeah, if there's any arters.
Yeah.
Or is it arter? Artist?
Yeah,
Artists.
I think that's it.
They're called arterists.
Arterists. Yeah, nice.
Okay, so as you guys are, one of you guys with with some defined muscles, lean down and sort of slide this door the rest of the way open.
Okay,
Still mechanically
I'll take care of
sound.
it.
Good job, Blackie.
Hey.
As you guys are sort of descending down into the at least at first
I'll let
glance,
the half lady go first.
Oh, we should mention, because we haven't,
Oh, my
I'm not wearing any clothes.
yeah, that's true.
That hasn't come up yet.
L.
but
Ryan did take off all his clothes in an attempt
Why
to.
I just realized as we were
Just to
soliciting
be more of a
art.
creep.
No. I'm a druid.
To
I was very
commune.
uncomfortable. I was in some weird diapers. Better to just
Yeah,
go
I fucking hate
native.
hippies so
yeah.
You're going command don't.
In this campaign, high elves are born without pubic hair and circumcised, pre-circumcised.
Oh man, they're like Billy Zane.
I didn't see that in the book.
What?
That's a spell.
Someone just
Blaine-
scratched out the drawing they had already started after you asked them to do it, and I was like, damn it.
Yeah, everyone.
Blaine
just-
sort of-
And deleted
Everybody
this
missed-
podcast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Blaine
Never
sort of
again.
shrugged after his riff. Like, Blaine doesn't often shrug after his riffs. Because usually he's like 100% behind his riffs. But that one was, he was
I
like,
didn't-
nah, you're right.
I didn't know if anybody was going to connect Billy Zane and alopecia. Then I was thinking to myself, maybe I should have
got
gone
it.
with like a powder thing.
I got
Right.
it.
And then I started overthinking it, and by then it was 5 seconds later.
DMing this group is like it's like fighting 5 bulls at the same time. You just gotta like let it happen till they get tired. All right, so as you guys are descending into the guts of the familiar, it looks the same as the one that you guys began the adventure in. You hear you don't even hear it. You sort of feel this really deep
Abiding love for Jesus.
It's like a pulsing almost. It's
I
not
brought that with me.
it's like whoa, 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 whoa. And it's slowly it's not
that's a good
dubstep.
sound.
It's even harder. It's even harder than dubstep. It's like like it's pretty
Oh,
serious.
it's even harder than dubstep.
So Skrillex is playing in the lounge.
Yeah, and it's slow. It starts very slowly, but you can feel it sort of escalating, and it's sort of emanating from the whole of that main ship as it's slowly going. It's about 50% sunk at this point. It's at about a 30-degree angle. The stern is sticking up in the air. You've seen as you descend these steps, you can even see the mechanical. Some of those big robotic fellas slide under the water.
So there's windows. This whole word.
No, you're just seeing it as you guys are on top, going down into this pontoon.
Okay, gotcha.
As this thing's sinking. But it's definitely something starting to happen, and it sounds big, whatever it is.
I think the hyena's going to kill the baboon.
So for now, you're now like below decks, and you slid the door shut up top, right?
Yeah, I'd be last one in.
All right, so you're
ensuring our trip to the bottom of the ocean.
Hopefully, in a watertight space, and sliding that door shut didn't lessen the sound, that bassy pulsing.
And where's it coming from?
Vibe.
What direction?
It feels like it's coming from the sinking main ship.
Oh, okay.
It sounds like some type of like just incredible, almost like mechanical. Something has begun, but you've never heard anything like it, or felt anything like it. Okay, so there you are. You are
Let's explore
one deck
the
down.
space. Yeah, I want to see if there's
So it's
any-
familiar. So yeah.
Yeah, so far. It
Like
looks,
the one we started in, I'm guessing.
Right.
Yeah, but I think what we need to find are some of those cargo. If there's a cargo hold, we need some equipment.
Yeah.
quickly.
Okay.
I don't know if this is seaworthy.
So there's the wooden. There's the usual like wooden doors that seem to connect the rooms. You guys arbitrarily pick one. Do you want to go forward or aft?
How far
Nautical
towards
terms.
the
Let's go
front have we started at? Or
Let's see. So you guys
are we nearer to the front or the back?
You're near to the back right now. Yeah.
Well, we might as well go back and then move forward just to check the whole place out.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, so you move to the wooden door that leads towards the stern of the. I'm pulling out I only know like 2 nautical terms, so I'm going to use them all for legitimacy.
Please let one of them be mizzenmast. please.
Now I know 3. You open the door, and inside this door is like the exact room that you regained consciousness in. It's filled with crates and boxes, that kind of thing.
Those float.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Let's look for flotation
floatable
devices.
wooden things in here. So
Now, do we think this whole thing is going to
Yeah, do we have any reason to think it's not going to float, though?
But we might have to build a
It's going
raft
to
to
sink
leave
just
it.
because we're in it, and we will break something.
because we are broken.
Yes,
pretty button?
just in case.
the pulsing continues to like get faster.
Closer, further.
You can also it just doesn't sound like it's moving at all. It just sounds like something's
And this is
spooling up.
coming from the other ship.
Yeah.
So it's trying to take off, or
Sounds like they're kicking
probably,
something
yeah,
into gear.
yeah.
Light
some
speed,
sort of propeller is starting up.
FTL spinning up or whatever.
Some kind of Dean
What?
drive.
Don't look at me like that.
Faster than light.
I don't know what else we can
sorry,
do
who
other
that stands
than.
for.
Because we can't get back on that thing.
Yeah.
No, let's look around in here, see what we can gather.
Yeah.
Maybe build a
For that.
raft if we have to.
Let's start looking through the crates. I'm going to look over
Okay.
there. Maybe I'll even find something to put on. That won't be objectionable to me.
How about like a mesh half tee? and some bike shorts.
Maybe like a sexy, when a girl wears a hockey jersey. That looks hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe you can wear one of Martha Mon's shirts.
Yeah, and his Letterman jacket.
Okay,
Nobody
so
makes fun of me when I need the bear to eat someone's face or a fucking winter storm to come.
Yeah,
and
we
beat
make
some
fun of
people
you
up.
no matter what's happening.
I don't recall that. As
Mildred
much.
does not. Mildred doesn't think it's a good idea to make fun of the guy with the bear.
That's right.
all right, so you guys
Little
start.
dwarf is
You guys
looking-
start cracking open some of these crates, similar to what you found when you first sort of came to. There's not a lot in the way of useful adventuring gear. You find a lot of immediately. You find a bunch of the
Travel
the weird
backgammon.
like the toga style, the one piece robes that the crew are wearing. So you do have something you can put on if you're into it. If not, whatever.
Do you have to pay for
but
them
you're
later?
n-
They charge you at a room service?
Wait,
They're really
did we
soft,
raid
though.
a storage room on the other ship before
We
we came over
found
here?
one, but I don't think we quite.
We didn't.
We didn't have time to
Pillaged,
gather
yeah.
anything because we were
No, and you guys were looking for
And
your
we're not
gear.
weaponed up.
Yeah, we were.
Our
No.
weapons are long gone.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Get out your eraser. Take them off the board.
Yep. Screw you guys. Yeah. Okay. So you find some sundry sort of crew stuff. There's there's some lengths of rope in there. You don't find anything like knives or rations or any of that kind of stuff. It's mostly.
I'll gather up some rope for crying
Let's
out
get
loud.
some rope.
It looks like some of the most useful stuff in here potentially could be like crate lids and possible like floating pieces of wood. But
So you
Right.
think that we're going to sink?
That's
Is
what I'm just
your-
saying.
Is
Just
what the
saying.
implication
if I
is.
was in your shoes,
yeah,
Let's
I
make a
was-
pile of things that we can float on and put that in an area.
all right. So two things as you guys are working on that.
We could lash the crates together too to make a little raft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everyone could be in their own box.
that would be awesome.
As you guys are,
Like
as you
Life of
guys are
Pi.
lashing or stacking up bits, odds and ends, it's actually starting to that bassy rumble is actually it's hit a point where it's actually affecting like your vision at this point. Like your eyes
hell?
are watering. And there's an added sort of. This is like an audible. Not so much like you feeling it in your bones. It's more like there's almost like a keening shriek beginning.
The hell?
We
Sounds
should
like
take-
something is about to happen. Is the
Sure
Since
does.
something's about to happen, we should take a quick break and then come back and let something happen. And we're back. So something was about to happen. I wonder what's gonna happen.
that was a good break, Brian.
Tell us.
So well, are you? You've got a round
I don't
here.
think I'm going to cover my ears somehow.
Mildred, who
In case it's
rejected
some kind of psionic.
the
some shit.
I'm
religion
gonna
of her
pre-crap
family.
my pants.
Mildred is praying, which even though she rejected all of this earlier on her pleasure cruise that she was hitched a ride on, now she's realized the error of her ways and wants to speak to her ancestors and her gods.
So you're preparing for the end. Possibly.
She just wants to maybe get some answers if
Okay.
possible, and if not, be prepared.
Okay.
I'm bracing myself and covering my ears.
Okay, Brian, you're trying to work up a shit. Jared, what's
Is there
Ryan doing?
anything that I could use as a paddle, and then I'm going to step
Your bear.
in
Why
one
don't
of
you
the
use your
boxes?
bear as a paddle?
You could
Yeah.
bust off some
I'm
pieces
going
of
to
crate.
act as though the ship is going to fall away, and I might need to be in my little boat.
Okay. But you're inside this boat.
Oh yeah,
You're going to
I'm
be.
getting into one of the crates and just looking around and regretting that I don't have anything nice to say to these
Okay,
people
all right.
as we are about to die.
Technically, to be of any use, you'd have to get your makeshift boat up top.
Outside.
This is how I feel. I do. Yes,
Okay,
I get
right.
that part.
Okay.
But I do feel like I'm dying on like a Southwest flight.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
You
Yep.
kind of just hate everyone around.
Totally
you.
read you. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm bracing myself.
All right, so Jerry's sitting in a crate like it's a little bathtub.
Well, in case water comes rushing in,
he'll rise right up to the ceiling and then drown. Okay, what's Blackie doing?
Well, I have a little bit of star knowledge and star travel kind of experience.
Yep.
Does this sound like something that I would recognize as some kind of some sort of magical power? Does this have some sort of? Is it mechanical, or does it seem like it's some sort of a bigger, weirder?
You have no idea. Nothing like this. Nothing like this you've ever experienced in your astronomy studies.
And I've been on ships before too. I mean, I've never heard anything like this either.
No, it sounds like a cross between something. It sounds like a cross between a magic psionic assault and a mechanical, like an engine redlining.
Has my praying gotten me any answers?
All right, so wait, that's your round, is to sort of ponder the nature of this sound, right, Blackie?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm kind of I'm also sort of bracing myself against. I have some rope at my side, ready to lash myself to something in case things get up close.
Okay. Okay, so like time seems to freeze. As the sound and that feeling in your bones just suddenly stops. All your ears pop. And
I was covering my ears.
One whole side of this pontoon, you're all slammed against one wall, and one whole side of this pontoon, the whole thing, the walls, ceiling, everything, just shatters. Water rushes in. El Ryan's grinning already in his little bathtub boat.
Christ.
And you can see outside now as the pontoon is pulled sideways through the water, just scooping water into this room you're in. All just like in the blink of an eye. You see the main ship, about 2/3 sunk, is surrounded by this sort of it looks like sort of a field. It's similar to what you saw earlier. But you were on deck looking out.
Mm-hmm. At least we killed all those assholes.
The space around the ship is just. It looks like the ship is in the water, but it's surrounded almost like a photoshopped oval that is like a night sky. So you just see stars and like a nearby sun, Blackie, you recognize, and all the water. Pontoon wreckage, the ship, everything is just being sucked into this like hole, which as you watch, the ship is like yanked. Essentially, the main hole of that ship is yanked out through this rift, and it slams shut almost as soon as it opened. And you guys are left sort of like smashed up against the back wall of this thing, hip deep in water, as this, like, the shattered remains of this pontoon sort of drift slowly towards where this rift opened and sealed. The main boat's gone. It looks like Commander Adama pulled like an in atmosphere jump. God, I love the fucking using Battlestar references in a D&D game. It's the best. You fucking nerds.
Darn you, Daggett.
Yeah, and you're left in the shattered remains of this pontoon that you were in.
So that's good.
It looks like you've probably got about 15 minutes of like sort of time before the main body of this thing sinks. There's plenty of like shattered, like chunks of wood and shards of.
Let's start lashing stuff together.
Grab this wood, grab this rope,
and get out.
Yeah, make a raft.
And I'm gonna make sure you get me some extra rope. I have an idea.
All right.
Okay.
I'm going to hang myself with it. It's going to be tricky, but
this will not be the first time that we all have been stuck on a boat together, although we had coconuts last time. So
lots of coconuts.
Fucking coconuts.
If you had been any closer, you can see the wreckage too. Like the water is just filled with floating debris at this point. You can see like chunks of the other pontoon. But if you'd been any closer, you might have like been pulled after the main body of that ship.
So did the game just go through slip space or whatever? Was that?
Wait, say again?
Did the game just disappear away from us, and now we're just floating in the middle of?
You guys do this every time. I'm telling you. Okay. It's a good thing I don't. It's a good thing I don't like publish modules because it would just be just a waste of my time. I don't even know how you guys would play in a
20 weeks
module
of
if we did that.
meticulous work and maps just jumped away.
Yeah. You're all in a tavern. I kill the barmaid. There goes the adventure. Now you're wanted.
I think that's happened, hasn't it?
So for now, you guys are shipwrecked. You're stranded. You're
We're rafting up.
busily lashing, using rope. What rope you've found and bits of garment. You're just lashing bundles of buoyant crate.
So any sort of food around or anything we can collect?
No.
You turn into a cheeseburger, though.
And hold the onions.
Well, how easy is it to get into other rooms while we're going down?
Yeah, you still have about 15 minutes, I'd say. You could sort of slosh through chunks
Yeah,
of
let's do
this
a quick-
thing.
Should we send a food party and then somebody stays here and continues to build this? I'll
go take a
a
look.
little bit of nautical experience, so I'll continue to.
Okay. You've had nautical experience? Amarth has?
I thought we had talked about. Yeah, well, I mean, I'd been on Viking ships before, and that.
Oh,
kind
that's
of thing.
right. Yeah. All right. That works.
Yeah.
What are the odds that this is some sort of weird spaceport?
Well, we're in the. I mean, it might.
How am I supposed to answer that?
This weird world.
We.
What exactly is going on?
Yeah.
So
in all aspects of this
Is
game.
Bruce Willis a ghost the whole time?
So you're gonna lash 5 boxes together so we can. all
Yeah,
get 'em?
yeah.
All right.
When
And I'll go
whoever
to the
else,
next
I need
compartment.
little help. So whoever
help.
wants to stay with me.
I'll help look.
I'll go over there in case there's people.
So Barthaset
and
is
Mildred.
helping Amarth lash together
No,
crates.
I'm gonna, in case we have to bash some doors open or something.
Barthaset, the
I'll tag
Dragonborn
along.
fighter, is going to help El Ryan explore the rest of the ship.
Indeed.
Blackie, what are you doing?
I'm looking for food.
Okay, so you're with the away team here.
Yeah.
And I'm taking one length of rope
Yep.
and tying it around me, like a bandolier until
That's
something
awesome.
better gets. Yeah.
Do you want to tie
I
off?
like that.
Do you want to tie off and?
Didn't Ernest
Like-
Borgnine
like
do
Michael
that in the
Hutchins.
Poseidon Adventure?
He was wearing nothing
Yes.
but that rope.
in a wardrobe with a belt around her necks.
Yeah.
Very Hutchins.
What's Mildred doing?
Well, I guess I have to stay and help then if no one else
Please.
will.
Okay.
What did you guys
you be
find?
David Carradine.
Nothing, but we had a great time.
Normally, if the party splits up, we
I'll
send
be
people
Jip.
out of the room, but there's not enough left of this pontoon at the moment to do that. So you guys will just have to role play like you don't know what these guys are going through.
But we'll be on walkie if you need us.
All right, so you guys move forward. At this point, you're sort of wading through the seawater. You can clearly, like, the whole side of this thing's ripped open, so you can clearly see like the ocean out there. It's beautiful. You move forward a room. It's empty. You move forward another room. You start going through these rooms. You find a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. You're specifically looking for food and whatever else you would find useful, right?
Yeah.
Light, fire, something like that.
Okay, so you get 2 rooms up. The second room, the first room's just empty. The second room, as you go into it, you see just floating in the room and just outside on the ocean, adjacent to the room, are tons of like naked bodies.
Oh, boy.
Just like a whole bunch of them. Clearly another
Orion's
sort of
read The Watchmen and put those under the raft.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's another sort of you're not sure if these are
the worst idea he's ever had.
It's basically another room similar to the one you found earlier with the bodies sort of suspended hanging there. It's all ladies.
Tie
It's
some
like
up and
Coma
drag-
with
Hey, we can actually
Genevieve
drag them
Bujold.
along the surface of the water, so we don't have to carry them or anything.
No.
There's more rooms too. You guys can like
Let's
proceed.
speed past
But,
this. Yeah.
okay.
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to pick you up later.
Guy with a rope around his neck.
So as the three of you, Blackie, Barthaset, and El Ryan, as you guys move through this room towards the door on the other side, which is just barely even hanging on its hinges, Farther up, you hear wood smashing. You hear something moving around up there.
Tiger.
Doesn't sound like it's in the next space. These are barely even rooms anymore. This thing's so ripped up, but it sounds like it's possibly a couple few rooms up.
I'd like my spirit bear with me now. It's time.
It's there.
Hey, buddy.
How are we doing back on building? I mean,
you guys are lashing together like totally. I mean, it's not.
Tying knots.
They're not going to keep you dry, but you could definitely hang on to this stuff and float until it
forward. Or?
Yeah.
All right.
Saturates.
Because we don't have much time before this thing goes down.
You can fight whatever it is for me.
What's with this noise? I'm going to go up and check out this door with the thing.
Okay, so you go up. You can just peek around the destroyed remains of this door. In the next room, you see a few crates that haven't floated out or been sucked out into the ocean. It looks completely unremarkable.
Jet skis?
But
They're jet skis, right?
God, Deep Rising. I fucking love Deep Rising. I got to work that into this.
Lotus
somehow.
Esprit that turns into a submarine?
Through the shattered door on the far side of this room that you're sort of gazing through, you see something moving. But you can't tell what it is. But you can hear wood snapping, busting, shattering.
Let's steal this guy's boat.
Yeah, punch
Maybe
it.
he's making we advance and see what's up.
Okay. So you push up to the next door, take a peek through the sort of the busted wall, trying to stay undercover, I assume. You're playing a little cautious. Okay. Peeking into the next room, you see one of one of those huge mechanical deck hands or whatever those things were. That's what it seemed like it was. And it appears to be wedged between some busted up beams. It's stuck, and it's just slowly sort of twisting at the waist. And every time it moves, it's sort of it doesn't have a whole lot of articulation, but it's clearly trying to unstick itself. So every time it sort of spins at its waist, it's shattering these chunks of wood that hold it. Clearly, even the sort of slow movement is not nothing the wood could stand up to. It's a powerful piece of machinery. But he appears to be stuck, yeah.
Try to help it. It'll be our friend. It's like a lion with the
Al Ryan's
thorn in its
making
paw.
dramatic eyes.
Yeah, you can't hear Al Ryan's
Facial expression.
stupid eyes.
You almost
I heard
can't
that, I
hear
heard
it.
that.
Yeah.
Is there anything beyond it that we can see that we'd be interested in, or maybe we should fall back?
There is. You still have. I mean, this thing's big, so there's still a bunch of rooms.
Right.
But you're probably reaching about the point of no return as far as
Getting back.
you're going to be swimming pretty
Right.
soon. Yeah.
I can swim.
Yeah.
Let's just check a little beyond this thing. There's enough space for us to scoop by and not get slowly bonked.
Totally.
All right, cool.
Yeah. All right. So you guys sort of edge into the room. As soon as you have line of sight on this thing, it stops spinning, and as you sort of edge by, it just slowly is spinning, facing right at you. And it's in the sort of Rock'em Sock'em robot style, arms at 90-degree angles, fists out at its side, just sort of staring you down.
And it's a machine. There's nothing in it.
Right. Yeah, it just looks like a big chunk of metal. You can't see what it moves around on. It looks like some type of tread, but it's all wedged into the. This is the closest you've been to one of these. So.
Is there a door beyond that we can just check real quick? I don't want to be here if this thing breaks free, so I'm just going to make sure that we're not missing anything essential, and then we should return to the group.
Yeah. All right. So you guys are scooting around. Let me roll one of my dice. There's three of you. I'm gonna make these rolls so you can see them. All right, Blackie, you're 1-2. Barthaset 3-4. L Ryan 5-6. I'm rolling a d6 here. Nope. If it falls out of the box,
Bounced out of the box.
It has to stay in the box to be.
That's what
6.
It rolled a
somebody
6.
said.
All right.
It's saying hi to me is all.
That's Ryan. All right. Which is appropriate since you're sort of leading this, the away team here.
Wait, what about the bear?
The bear's right next to El Ryan, as last I checked. Yeah, okay, all right. You'd summoned it up.
Yeah.
But he's just sort of, you haven't sicked it on anything yet. So this thing, as it's turning, you're edging along. One of its like fists, which is probably the size of your, it's like shoulders up. It's maybe 24 inches square, and it's just sort of locked in. You can't even tell if it can move its fingers or if the fists are just sort of cast that way. It fires it out at you. You have just a blur of motion as this thing unspools this like chunk of rope behind this fist that fires out at you. So we're gonna go.
Well, my armor will take care. Oh no, wait, I'm naked.
We're gonna go with a dexterity.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Let's do it.
Death by
Dex check.
Acme boxing glove.
Well, let's see. Let me. Sarah, I'm gonna borrow your sheet.
I got
again.
a +2 modifier to my dex.
Yeah, we're gonna go. God, 4th edition's so strange to me. I have to figure out what the defense is. It's gonna be. Armor class is affected by so it's
I have
be,
+3. Look out!
What's your top defense number up
I'm
there
using
by
this
AC?
turn to start yelling no in slow
My
motion.
top defense
12.
number is a 12.
All right. In fact, this may be note to editor. This may be a good time to let me look up a rule real quick.
Yeah,
So I don't know if that-
let's take our second break.
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
This is a segment we like to call still the segment that needs a better name. So send names to us, tweet names to us. But for now, it's basically crazy shit that happened on old adventures. So while we're shipwrecked here, or actually we're not shipwrecked yet. Yeah, we are. We're
you guys are
shipwrecked.
We're
and now,
fucked.
And now we're fucked and
You're
we're
ship
floating.
fucked.
This isn't the first time, or no, this isn't the first time that this has happened to our group. Do you guys remember? Wayback Machine.
Well, I do remember that we were adrift on a raft for months, and we had a magical bag of holding that had as many coconuts in it as you. Oh, so many coconuts! Oh, we loved coconuts. It was all we had to eat, and I had I was big.
But we left an island, right?
Yeah, we were on an
This was
island.
our big experiment. We got the bag of holding, fill it with coconuts for the trip. Should be a short trip.
Right.
Out into the
Yeah,
open
we'll
water.
be okay. Let's
I mean, this island's all
Come on,
right.
let's go.
What could happen?
But I remember after a while we got sick of coconuts, and the arguments began. And I was flying around. I was Bick the elf, and since I was paralyzed, I was constantly flying or levitating, kind of like Elroy and the Jetsons.
Flying shoes, yeah.
Yeah, you had lost your legs during that adventure.
Yeah, I got
can't even
shot.
remember.
I got shot with
Poison
180
arrow.
arrows
Yeah.
by zombies, and
So you flew around with these dead, stupid legs.
yeah, they were just kind of dangle
Who needs
below
a
me.
wheelchair when you got flying shoes?
At the end of limp legs.
It was terrific. I looked like I was a Muppet trying to dance, and I would fly above schools of fish and web them, and then we were eating like that for months. But
Months.
Yeah, by the way,
not
the
just
way-
months of the game, like months of our lives. Like
Yeah, the way
Of
this
our
plays
weekly
out, the way this,
actual
if you were
lives.
listening to this adventure, I'd be doing an encounter roll per day. So I'd just be rolling, and
see if
waiting
anything
to see if
happened.
anything happened. And if you starved to death before something happened, then too bad, so sad.
And we
That might happen in the current adventure that
Yeah.
you're
Well,
listening
And
to.
we played the whole thing on a raft in the pool out in the backyard.
But here's the kicker. If I recall correctly, the island we left had a teleportation machine that we couldn't figure out. Right?
Correct.
Yes.
I do remember.
Right.
We did.
Yes,
we
'cause
were
we
like,
found
hey,
out more
this
about
is
it
the only
later.
way out of here.
Yeah.
No, there was a train station.
It just wouldn't take our dollar. It just kept spitting our dollar back out.
We were overconfident for sure.
Why did the coconuts become something else?
Coconuts?
Yeah.
Well, somebody,
Well, we
I
went
forget,
crazy.
somebody misspoke. It was probably me. I probably got tongue-tied and said "co-cunts" one time, and then everyone
then we
just
just jumped on
Coke-
it.
everyone,
hilarious.
From that point on, they were co-cunts.
Well, I think we were a little delirious, like in game and out of game at
Yeah.
that point from being on the
same thing over and over
So
again.
it seemed like the funniest thing ever.
And I do remember
Is
that.
that when we were drinking?
there may have been scotch involved.
Yeah, there was
Or
Scotch
Yeah.
or,
mead.
we had mead
We-
at one
we've-
point.
we've drunk
we had
mead.
drank mead.
Yeah, and then Patton would always show up with a box of
way
those
nerdier than
cupcakes.
you. Yeah, and Pat would
Oh,
bring
yeah.
cupcakes
Yummy
Yeah.
cupcakes.
and
Or
dwarf songs.
he'd bring in a box of Argentinian chocolate with sea salt.
And we're like, what the fuck?
He's
And
a
it was
food
good.
nerd. Yeah. We got to have Patton come in and sing one of his Booze Hammer songs, like
please.
just for a segment
The best.
of, because when we talk about, some of our crazy adventures,
He had some good Robin Masters songs.
Yeah,
wasn't
That's
that
the
guy?
only
Robin
character that
Masters' hair of
sang. I
blonde-
feel like he's had other characters that have sang.
He rolled two gnomes, both sang, so he writes little limericks. But
Yeah.
let's finish this up. This little flashback can end after you guys ended up landing, right?
I can't remember where we landed. I just know that when we left to get on the raft, we left an island of native women that had healing breast milk.
For some reason I thought that's where you landed. That's where
We
you
left that island.
How did you leave?
doesn't
Why
sound
did you
right.
ever leave?
Hey, if I could leave that island, I'd never leave the. Wait.
That was my favorite part.
You wrote
Whenever
it.
you guys got,
How did we figure that
if
out?
you tripped and fell, you had to go stick a native's tit in your mouth.
It's
How the
really
fuck did
weird
we,
that I seem to have blocked this out.
Did you roll that up?
Were you uncomfortable for months?
No,
during
this is
that
what I'm saying.
game?
Like, I guess I've just done like a Eternal Sunshine
forgot-
kind of thing because I don't
look,
remember it at all.
if you
even
have
watching
to
it.
survive-
D&D with creeps.
Yeah, no, I didn't forget that, but I did forget this particular story.
Not when everyone was raped to death at the beginning of that.
Oh,
Everyone's
Jesus,
parents
yeah,
always.
that used to be the thing. We'll talk about that later. How does this one end? Does anybody remember?
I think we landed on an island with people who flew on giant eagles or
Yeah,
some shit.
the rocks.
The
yeah.
rocks,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. And your adventure
Not the
continued.
Dwayne Johnsons.
You guys
Exactly.
made it. You guys survived the last time you were in a similar situation.
And then failed our main mission.
So
guys
we've
made it.
lived before.
I remember the
Destroyed the world.
I remember my mind control dragon spitting my dying body across a floor in a weird dimension, and then I watched it die, and then I died.
Yeah,
Knowing
was at
that we had failed.
That's at the end of that whole campaign. You guys fucked up just beyond belief, and the whole thing was a bust. years of gaming for a big fu.
It really was.
We
years.
fucked this
It
one up
was more than a
perfectly
year.
within belief.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
And that's been the end of crazy shit that happened in old adventures.
Time keeps on slipping, slipping, slipping into the future.
Comedy nerds, get ready for a brand new season of Portlandia. Treat yourself to 2 all-new back-to-back episodes Friday, January 4th, 2013. It's the Season 3 premiere and you don't want to miss out. If you're not watching this hilarious series yet, you'll be glad you started. Tune in on Friday nights to watch Earwolf guest Fred Armisen and his partner Carrie Brownstein run Portland with their band of original characters. There are many guest stars to look forward to this season, including Bill Hader, Roseanne Barr, Jim Gaffigan, Patton Oswalt, Chloe Savini, Juliette Lewis, and Kyle MacLachlan returning as the mayor. The show is always unpredictable and entertaining. We can't wait to see what they come up with. Catch all new episodes of Season 3 in 2013 to see what the fuss is about. Don't forget, tune into Portlandia Friday the 4th of January and every Friday night after that at 10, 9 Central on IFC. Stop by IFC.com for more information. So we're back.
All right, so this thing was attacking you, L. Ryan, with its
It was trying to attack me.
giant metal steampunk fist.
It's
And,
fist of punching.
I'm going to roll this attack right now. This is a D20. I'm not going to tell you what his modifiers are because I don't want to give away what level he is. But what's your armor there? Your armor class?
Nude.
Yeah, it's not good. 12. All right. Yeah, that's not going to be good. All right.
How about a spoiler?
All right, I rolled a 15 there. That's easily. It's not a 20. By the way, in our games, if you roll a 1 on an attack, it's a botch, even if it's not officially the rules. And if it's a 20, it's double damage, just because why the hell not? That's our own
good.
little. Yeah.
Woo!
So it wasn't a. It wasn't a 20, but he
here.
definitely. No, you don't even need to roll here.
Okay.
He beat your armor class, so you're taking a shot right now.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna need this back, and I'm gonna roll some damage.
Did the bear do anything?
Nope.
It turned its head and went,
Stood
"What?"
there like a dumb
Stupid
animal.
bear.
I think the appropriate Don Martin sound effect for what's about to happen to you is clune.
All right, so I'm gonna roll damage here. This is 4d10.
Oh dear. That's,
What?
Now, when Gerry dies, is his bear still around?
So
I know what he rolled.
Well, no, that's not a. That's only a 6. There's a 6, a 2, an 8, and a 1. So that is 10, 17. So you take 17 points of damage.
I'm not happy about it, but
Who's
I'm
our
still
healer?
on my feet.
It looks like I can see from here. It looks like you've got 26 hit points.
Who's our healer?
Yeah.
Jerry.
You're our
we
healer,
forgot, we
right?
forgot
Yeah.
to do that.
No, I can. It's unpleasant, but I can
Heal thyself.
So El Ryan,
I can heal myself. I'd never leave the house.
El Ryan, as you guys are following him. El Ryan's like knocked out of the way like a bus hitting gag in a Final Destination movie. It's like poof. You're propelled out like laterally, just out into the water. Whee! And this thing, as the rope goes taut and the fist sort of drops down, you can see it. You can hear it sort of ratcheting, and it starts to like reel it back in.
Shall we gather our friend?
So it was like a Hulk
head
hand
back?
on a rope?
I yell to you. I'm
awesome.
going out. So the bear is with me, right? It's swimming out to me.
Yeah, I
assume.
think so. That's what the bear would do.
All right. So I know I've been
Surfing
wounded.
bear.
I'm going to put the rope that I have around the bear. and
We got to read about this bear.
I did.
Okay, all right. What
Page 120 of
He's
the
a
Player's
swimming bear.
Handbook 2.
second player's handbook?
We don't know any of this is going on, so I'm just singing a sea shanty while we construct
Yeah,
a
you're
raft.
just tying
yeah.
boxes together.
I'm saying how
Page
that guy
120?
with the bear is
119
finally growing
and
on me.
119.
Yeah.
I hope nothing bad happens to him.
He's 2 days from retirement.
All right, I'm going to read about the.
About a book called The Live Forever.
Please.
I'm getting too old for this thing shitting in the woods.
We're gonna, just so the listeners can be sort of in on this decision-making process. I'm going to read about the shaman's companion spirit. All right.
It's about time.
Cue harmonica.
That's it.
And
Tell us
we're
the
rolling.
story, Sark.
Yeah. What's the voice? Prospector. As part of your initiation as a shaman, I can't do it.
It's like Disneyland.
You acquired.
Hold on to your hats and glasses, because this is the wildest ride in the West.
As part of your initiation as a shaman, you acquired a spirit companion, an animal spirit that accompanies and assists you. Many shaman powers have the spirit keyword.
Hang on to that word, assist.
All right. Your spirit companion, blah, 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 blah. You need the companion with you and use your powers. Where's the talk about the
Him floating.
Yeah.
Swimming,
I wanna know about
bears,
this
page
bear.
149.
It's not like a spirit. It's a bear that it's a regular bear. Bears go into the water and eat fish all the time.
Are you saying
They can
bear
swim.
rules apply to this bear? Regular bear rules.
Okay, here we go.
Barely
Here we go.
making any
Let's
sense.
read about the actual ability, call spirit companion. All right. In italics, the flavor text. Your soul reaches out to your spirit friend, which faithfully appears at your side.
Yoo-hoo, sailor.
That's all it says. And then, the effect. You conjure your spirit companion in an unoccupied blah, blah, blah. The spirit lasts until you fall unconscious or until you dismiss it. The spirit occupies a square on our imaginary table. Enemies cannot move through its space, but allies can. See, that's weird. So it's sort of solid, but it's sort of not. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to end up having to make a call here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to decide
All right.
because
It's like a
at
spirit-
certain
Well, what
points
else
the bear
does it say?
can like
What else does it
attack
say?
people and
The
stuff.
spirit can be targeted by melee or ranged attacks, although it lacks hit points. If a single melee or ranged attack deals damage to the spirit, equal to sabadabadad. The spirit disappears, and you take damage if that thing
Jesus.
if that thing goes.
Yeah, but I haven't
a little bit
taken
of damage.
have I?
Otherwise, the spirit is not
yeah.
affected by the
Yeah.
attack. All right, so now we just need to determine whether or not you can actually
All right,
float
There's a
around.
picture
matter,
of
I
it.
can
There's a
swim
picture
if
of
you
it. Does
decide
it look
that
like
it's
that
not
can
good.
swim?
If he can swim, we can get the raft and collect
It
him.
looks kind of like a polar bear in the picture, so
I'm
I feel
out in
like
the water. I want to move away from this thing.
I'm gonna
I
say
want to
yes.
move away from it too, and I say we go back to the raft. And
Hey,
And
I
a
wanna-
spirit bear's
I
not gonna
also-
worry about
By the way, I'm
drowning.
going to hit this thing with the Wrath of Winter. Hey, buddy.
You know what? All right, we're gonna. Okay, here.
Hey, buddy.
This is fucking magic. Is so confusing. We're gonna.
It is, isn't it?
Here's what I'm gonna say. Here's the ruling. You can ride and lash to the bear because you are connected to it with your soul, man.
And another
These
way.
guys can't. If they try and ride the bear, they'll just pass right
yeah, but
through
we
it.
can lash to him.
Well, you're so clever.
Wow.
The approval I've been seeking my whole life.
True. Yeah.
Ike
you.
has sarcasm.
That totally.
I think it should be able to happen just so
My
we can
dad
see
would
a
never say
naked
it, but
guy
you just
tied to a
did.
bear.
that can totally happen. Okay, so where were we? You're
I'm
knocked
out in the
out.
water.
The bear's swimming out to you. Or
Well,
you're not
yes,
knocked out.
But
You're
I'm
knocked out of the boat,
I'm hitting it with the Wrath of Winter to try and freeze it. Maybe that will stop it from
Hey,
moving.
buddy.
Buy these guys time to move away.
Hey, buddy.
That's an at will power. I can do this as I'm.
All right, let's bust your book out. Let's read about the effects of Wrath of Winter.
Hey, buddy.
So much
Are we
reading.
overhearing any of this? I'm just trying to, or we just like yo
No,
ho
we're on our
ho.
way back.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
Pirates like from
While
121.
El Ryan
Page
looks this up,
121.
Blackie
Heading
and
back.
Barthasette, what are you guys doing?
Heading back to the raft.
You're heading back. Okay.
yeah,
Wisdom.
his bear is. It looks like his bear is going to take care of him, right?
Yeah.
All right. So these two
I'm okay.
bail. Okay. All right.
And I'm. By the way, I'm out in the water and I'm moving away back towards the other part of the boat. I'm not going back into the boat.
You guys-
I'll see you guys because this thing's sinking
Yeah.
anyways. I say see
worry.
see you. Yeah.
We'll
out
come
there.
get you.
You guys coming back with a bunch of food for us?
All right.
Well, technically, yes.
So you guys head back. You're going to do Wrath of Winter.
Hey,
Grab-
buddy.
Winter.
We are grabbing a couple bodies.
Winter spirits surround your enemy, ripping into it with spectral fangs and claws, and calling your spirit companion to join the fray.
Uh-oh. You need him to float on.
No, I can swim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You are able to teleport your spirit companion to. You've got to send your bear over next to it, but you're gonna
fine.
hit it with some cold for 1d10 plus Wisdom modifier
Yeah.
in cold damage.
and does it change because it's in the
And
water?
this is versus. So this is your Wisdom attack. So you're gonna roll a
It's-
d20, add your Wisdom bonus, and this is against this
And the
creature's fortitude.
The wisdom bonus is the +4, right?
Yep.
Is it? Okay.
Yep. So you're gonna need to beat. Let me see. Hold on. Let me check my paper. I need to find out what this robot's fortitude is.
I would imagine it would change the effect if he's in water.
Well,
and
that's
you're
what
freezing.
I'm thinking too. Is that?
You can just
freeze
ice him up.
Because water freezes into ice sometimes. If you make it cold.
Even we know that.
Now you're talking crazy talk.
Okay. So. All right. Okay. So this. This device's fortitude is 16, so you need to beat 16 with your bonus.
That's a 23. 19 plus
I
4.
think that did it.
Wow.
There
you
you
guys
go.
are on fire today.
Yeah.
Good job.
Except for that guy, he's not on fire. He's on freezing.
All right, so your bear is swimming out to you. You summon up the Wrath of Winter, which
buddy.
beams
Hey,
beams your bear over next to this thing, which allows your spell to take effect. And you see the swirl of ice and icicles and fragments of frozen water swirl around this thing. It doesn't look like it does much. We can roll damage. What was the damage on this? 1d10 plus your wisdom modifier. So go ahead and roll that.
1d10.
L. Ryan's wisdom modifier again is +4, so he's rolling his d10.
6. 6 total.
Doesn't roll so hot. You rolled a 2 plus 4 is 6. Yeah, so you do 6 cold damage to the. Where's my sheet of paper here? to the robot. But more importantly, it looks like we
ice it up.
Yeah, the swirl of like the sudden like drop in temperature seems to have frozen the joints in the water. There's an odd little circle of frozen water around this thing as it's
and
sort of stuck there. Probably not for long because it's
yeah. I also call back the bear at the end of this encounter. No reason to leave it near there.
You guys, Barth, Set, Blackie, you get back to Mildred
was
and
there
time
for us to grab some of those bodies on the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
What are you just dragging
pick them up?
Okay. Okay. Hey, that could be
along the surface of the water. Yeah.
Let the bodies float our
No
raft.
one's talked
Let the
about that
bodies
being
float our
a
raft.
potential food supply yet.
Let the bodies warm my belly.
Let the bodies warm my belly.
I'm just gonna keep on swimming.
Yeah. Are you swimming back towards
back
parallel?
towards
Okay.
Exactly.
So you're out of. It looks like you're out of sight, out of range of this thing. As you hear the ice sort of crack, pop, and he's clearly spun loose of the ice. He's still stuck in the wreckage of the boat, though.
Good.
You see its fist drag up over the side and then disappear in as you're swimming away.
As I swim back too, I'd like to keep my eye peeled in the water in case I find anything interesting or floaty.
Yeah. You see, I mean, there's debris.
Right.
But nothing more interesting than chunks of crate and bits of hull.
Got it.
So we'll say you get back uneventfully.
Okay.
You rejoin the rest of the group. You guys beat him back, though. Is there anything you wanted to do before Orion?
Just secure the raft.
All right.
Yeah, let's.
We gotta get out of here.
Is this daytime? Is this nighttime?
Daytime. You guys are, sun's
There's
out.
no sign of. We don't even know what world we're on.
No. Like horizon to horizon.
Is there a sun? Anything?
Water. There's a sun.
Okay.
It's not
So
the
we'll
sun
get-
you're used to, but
We'll at least get some bearing.
Is it a black hole, son?
Yeah, so you guys have makeshift, a couple, it's not even rafts. You just have shit tied together that you can hold on to.
It looks pretty good, Scott. Okay,
all right.
I've been working really hard on this.
Yeah, well.
She stenciled a nice pattern on it.
I carved a,
Yeah?
beautiful. Yes,
Did you put
we
it
were
on,
here for a while waiting for you guys.
put it up on Pinterest?
Sure, and all the detail work.
I'm going to repin Mildred's
So are we
raft pin.
sinking?
Oh, do you think we need to use the bodies for floating or just lash them on?
That won't
They
smell
probably
good.
float. They probably float. Your rafts probably float better than the bodies.
Yeah,
so.
we're
Okay.
floating fine.
All right. We'll just tie them on.
Okay. And then what? Are you guys
Use 'em for
getting away
chum.
from...
Yeah, totally.
This thing is slowly going down, by the way.
Yeah, let's just
Pull 'em
let's
out of
set
the
sail.
water.
It's going to be gone in a minute.
We
Let's
should,
do
Okay,
it.
we have some paddling type stuff.
we should
do
actually
we
pull the
have
bodies out of the water.
Fabric for
Wait, why are we
fabric
bringing
for
the bodies?
sails.
If we
We
get
might have to
hungry,
eat them.
I'm
But
trying.
they're
I'm
weird,
trying to get
clone bodies. We don't know what they're made of.
we
Tastes
can
just like chicken.
eat each other.
It took never mind.
I'm trying to
Hopefully
make
we'll
sure
find
that
food
I'm
for
trying
it.
to make sure that we have like fabric and stuff that we can make like masts, things like that.
You don't even have a
oars.
boat. This shit is like you have two pieces of wood and you're sitting on it and you're up to your belly button paddling with. Well, I'm like, come on. Hold on. Well, let's find out what Mildred was imagining.
I mean, I think
Several
there's.
crates.
Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it's like it's a raft.
I think we're floating above the ocean.
Yeah, it's a raft.
All right. Well, let's roll for it then.
If there's like we did like a pontoon thing with like
We'll let the
barrels.
Dice decide.
Well, you guys are describing a feat of engineering, and we're going to let the dice
Yeah.
decide right now how
10
good
minutes.
this raft
Well,
is.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me borrow your sheet.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Please do.
Let's use Streetwise. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say,
Are you serious?
sure, why not?
Oh boy,
You learn a lot of things on the street.
man, what would be a good one here? I might go with Dungeoneering.
I would think, yeah.
History?
Let's do Dungeoneering.
No, athletics. That's the one that makes the most sense.
No,
Yes.
not for raft building.
Yes, it does because that's the one that I have the highest plus
Get
for.
outta
But also,
here.
no, because it's a
be
competition.
Arcana?
Your bluff is failing right now.
Oh my god! You don't think athletics? It's like sailing. It's a sport. Huh?
No.
Sailing's a sport.
Bad pitch.
Raise your hand if you think I'm right. Everybody raise their hand.
Oh, Brian.
Sailing is a sport, yes. Sailing's a sport. And?
This is raft building.
You should be on my side.
Oh, I might, yes.
We're on this raft.
We're going dungeoneering. We're going to roll dungeoneering.
Okay. All right.
And this is between Amarth and Mildred. And we're going to see just exactly what caliber raft we've ended up with here. It looks like dungeoneering is a wisdom check. So, what's your guys' wisdom bonus?
Oh, no. A wisdom check?
Oh, what's that? I didn't know this going into this. Mildred's wisdom happens to be 6. It's by far her worst stat.
Mine too.
Your guys' rafts are going to look like like Picasso shit.
Wait a second, but don't you feel like this speaks to the fact that this is not the right stat to be checking? Because wisdom shouldn't have anything to do with building a raft.
What?
I kind of want to see an idiot raft.
Oh, my God.
I think we're in one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we made it out of metal. Okay, let's...
Okay. So here's what we'll do.
We made it out of holes in metal.
I'm gonna give you a low difficulty check, okay? Just to make sure the thing floats. And then depending on how high you roll over the difficulty check will depend on the caliber of your raft. So you want to just roll real high. Okay?
Rolling high.
That's sort of ghetto, but whatever.
Rolling.
So your wisdom
20
check
sided?
is 0. Yeah, and yours is as well, Brian. So let's say the difficulty check is, we'll say 5. If you didn't get 5, then this shit's gonna disintegrate in about.
I do not roll well under pressure.
It's gonna disintegrate in like 30 minutes. But if you go to above 5, depending on how high you go, 20, you've built a luxury yacht. We'll just. So
Are we
roll
gonna
good.
You said luxury yacht.
Do you want me to go first? All right, I'm gonna roll. Okay, here we go.
Here's Mildred's.
Luxury yacht.
She rolled a 5.
Rolled a 5.
Yep. All
I mean,
right.
it was kind of wedged in the corner, but okay, I rolled a 5.
No, you managed to tie some sticks together.
I did it.
So
Here comes Brian's roll.
all right.
Come on. 20.
In fact, we're gonna roll this a couple times here.
7.
Okay. So
Couple of staterooms.
I'm gonna say
No
too that
yacht.
you guys were working on a few units. All right. Who do you think? So one of you
I'm
made
gonna try
2.
and sell them off.
I'm gonna say since you rolled higher,
Just come on,
Brian,
that's it.
you managed to put three of these things together. So roll twice more.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make a note here. You rolled a 7 on one. These are for you're gonna have 5 little
A
rafts.
13.
Hey, all
13
right.
on unit
Fuck yeah.
2.
Okay.
And people like to hear,
Oh, dear.
Oh, no.
And a 1.
A botch.
That's one shitty raft.
All right.
Yeah.
That one's just like a piece of rope. You just tied a bunch of knots in it.
Did I cut my hand while doing it too?
No.
Help me strap these anvils together.
People like hearing the dice, but you can't hear these dice because they're lead and we're throwing them on cloth.
Right.
So
we have like a
sorry.
felt-lined dice box.
Yeah, felt.
So I do one more?
So you get one more, yep.
Die-cast die.
Whoa.
Out of bounds.
Doesn't count.
We're going to
Good thing.
re-roll.
Good thing.
Good thing.
It's too bouncy. This
that was a
time.
20.
I know.
Oh, that was a 19.
Your box.
Okay,
Oh.
I forgot. I'm trying to get. I was
Please
trying to
keep it in the box.
That's what somebody said.
19! Luxury yacht. Almost.
Shit. Good job.
That one's mine.
Well, I think that one's
claim
enough
that
for
one.
all of us.
Nope.
Well,
That's like a really nice yacht, but
There's only 4
the
boxes.
act is
Okay.
Kippadata.
And you rolled a 5 on one of those.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what you have. A 1, a 5, a 7, a 13, and a 19. The 19, you spent... I'm going to say that's why your
19.
first one barely is holding together, is because you spent a lot of time on the first one you
I
built.
learned a lot on that first
Your
one.
second one's a little
I
shoddy. yeah.
incorporated it.
Your second one was
My
better.
second one's better, I think.
Okay,
I think I
lessons learned. All right, so you could actually stand on that thing. Like,
wow.
there's even a mast. You even somehow managed to fashion a mast.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have a sail
Wow.
up yet, but pimp. That thing is pimp. The 5 is just a bundle of wood that would be you could sort of lay on and
It floats.
kick your feet behind. But
Floats.
it's gonna it's gonna float. Brian, you have a 13. That's one you could sit on. We'll say you could Indian style and row that thing around, and your butt would get wet. 7 is another sort of lay on and kick your feet. And the 1 was just like a stick, and you put a rope around it, and you feebly offered it to somebody.
The guy with the bear can have it.
No, once
He's
again, you
shaking
can't
his
hear
head.
Orion.
Of course
Orion's disappointment. The mics can almost pick
Wait,
it
so
up.
wait,
though.
so this is several different little rafts?
5 little mini rafts. Yeah.
Oh. Let's tie them together. We can all share, right?
Who's on
guys?
the Mildred? Who's on the 19?
Well, I mean, are we really splitting? Is each person getting a raft? Is that
I say we tie them together.
will one drag down the other? Will the
Maybe, yeah.
one? Yeah. How many people? How many people can fit on the 19?
We'll say.
I think everybody.
We'll say 1 to stay dry. 2 though, your butt's getting wet. You're sitting. It's weighing. It's.
I don't know.
You were
Brian
building-
was a
Also,
luxury
Brian's
yacht.
like a mountain.
Let's put the 9 or the 19,
Yeah.
the 13, and the 7 together.
I will
Okay.
volunteer
Let's just
to
draw
take
straws.
the
I don't
shitty
really- I
one.
think
I'll
that's
take
fair.
the shitty one because I have my spirit guide as.
I
a
just say we
backup.
draw straws, but I think we have to hurry because I think So let's just pick a boat, get on it. We can switch in
Yep,
the water
yep.
if we need to.
Okay.
Let's just get moving. I'm not
Take
going to be
turns.
precious about this.
Okay. So you're lashing the sort of decent ones together,
I think that's the way to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you might as well put the 5 on there too. It floats.
Yeah.
Just
All right.
dump it all together.
Whatever
All right.
floats, we'll tie to it.
I have some ivory soap.
The one is a botch, so that's not going to work. You basically have 4 operable flotation devices.
Yeah.
You guys tie them all together. You're basically at this point, you're all going to get a little wet, but you have
We are a
you
little
have
wet,
some
yeah.
survival. You can stay out of the water for the most part. You could even take shifts on the good one if you had to. So, and you've got the bodies lashed to the back of the thing just in case.
I don't know
I
if
don't
this
think
is
that's.
such a great
I don't
No, you
actually
think it's
agree
great?
with that plan.
Well, it may bring pet predators. So.
Might weigh us down.
I was
might-
gonna say we put it on top of the raft, but if we can't even, fuck it.
I was
The
going to say
pontoon, as you guys are sort of like getting this all squared away, the pontoon just quietly, remains of it just quietly slip below the ocean.
Goodbye.
Fuck that thing.
Okay.
the bodies might bring food.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
or
Well,
might,
I'm not going to do anything with it now. I mean, if we want to, we can.
Let's hang the 2 bodies onto the 5 and let it trail behind us.
God, that's disgusting.
We'll put a
I
just
don't
married
approve
thing
of
up there.
this at all. I want it noted that I think it's
It
barbaric
is kind of
and
like a big fishing pole too.
I have a question.
Yeah, that's what we're
Do
saying.
you see in what direction would possibly be the best way to try and paddle?
Is there any kind of
Nothing.
current?
Is there anything on the horizon
You
that's
can't-
different
Well, the
from
sun.
You can't
Other-
see anything.
But which
As-
direction is the
as-
sun? Or well, we don't even know
No,
that.
no. As a bit of with a bit of naval knowledge, Amarth, you you know that the distance, at least with what you're familiar with, the distance between like you and the visible horizon is not more than, depending on how high the seas are, not more than a few miles. But you can't see anything.
We can make a compass.
There's no swells. I mean, not visibly anyway. You guys are just out in the open ocean for all intents and purposes. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's,
any sign of birds?
let's sail away.
Nothing. No
Nope.
current. No birds.
Not
no
that you can
nothing.
tell.
what if there's
Not-
no land anywhere? Right? But they were going down though. They were submarining. That's the right word, right?
Yeah, that-
Well, what else are we gonna do? Kill
Yep.
ourselves?
All right.
Like,
I think that's basically what we just did do. But that's fine. Let's just
you
here we
could-
go. Sea shanties.
See, I don't know
all
if I have
around.
this knowledge as my character, but you can make a compass.
let's. It seems like a good-
Blackie might be able to pull that
Yeah.
off. The astronomer.
I have a lot of hidden talents, including working a couple of years at Brookstone, so I know my way around a compass.
Well, seems like a cliffhanger. We might be fucked.
By the
Not a
way,
proper cliffhanger.
we should just go on
We were
record
just
as
sailing
saying
away. Yeah.
nobody. You guys know, no one's safe. I will kill this whole fucking
Yeah.
group.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we know.
We've done
Yeah.
it many times.
Oh, yeah.
I just want the readers, the listeners to know this. This group has wiped many times.
Oh,
due
we
to-
might already be dead.
We've destroyed whole worlds
I mean,
with
I think
us.
we're just
that's
hanging
like
on. We'll tell some other stories. You'll hear of other times where we were fucked for a while, and it took us maybe 6 rolls or 6 weeks to find out that we were dead. We might find out next week that we're already dead.
Yep.
But keep listening.
Don't cry for us. We're
we'll,
already dead.
We'll roll up some funny characters again when we kill these guys off, and this will keep going. You've been listening to episode 5 of Nerd Poker with Brian Posehn and friends.
And police.
There's my...
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolf Radio. Boom.